Hey, I'm Thomas, and today we are looking like how to use AI to support our project. How is this going? And nowadays AI is everywhere. Like people are talking about AI. You can generate images, which look like almost real. You can generate videos. You can do like all kinds of stuff with AI, and you can use it, of course, for some really bad purposes. Like try to make a video or picture of anything which isn't real, and then like do actually fake news, right? But hey, we want to use it in a productive way in a project, and like it can help you really to do a lots of things. And the one AI which like most people use is ChatGPT, and I have here like for you. I'm using ChatGPT. It's probably going to be the same kind of thing as well in other AI tools what you can be using. But hey, we are going to focus here on ChatGPT right now. And ChatGPT is like, it's going to have, this is like the interface here for the iPad. And there are some important things. Yeah? So, first of all, what can you use it for? Well, you can actually use it for all kinds of stuff. But you can like use it like Google and say, hey, I want to know blah, blah, blah. I have a problem on this kind of thing and I'm like searching. So think of the thing of like as a consultant. So you just like type it in, blah, 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 and you get a result. So the thing is always giving you answers, but be aware, it might be total BS. Yeah. So if it's coming up with numbers and calculations and so on, really look it up and do the research on your own. Of course you can write a whole, if you get a topic for a research thesis, like a bachelor thesis, you can like write, and a lot of students nowadays are just like writing everything with ChatGPT. They are like not really doing anything on their own anymore. The way, well, I'm used to work, like for example, I want to write a letter to somebody or an email, yeah? So I'm going to text it out like I would write it, and then I throw it in my ChatGPT and say, this is what I want to do. And that's one important thing. You always have to give the thing a prompt. You have to tell the thing what you want to do. So that's called a prompt. So for example, I have like, hey, I want to write an email to my boss because I want to get a raise, and I want to set up a date to talk about that. So it's like this, and here, and then you would like, please, do it professionally, and so on. So you give some advice to it, how you want to have it written. That's called a prompt. So you give like the text inside, how what all the context. So more you give the thing, the better. And then it comes up with a text. And then you can take that and immediately use it. Or you can say, okay, here add this or change that and blah, blah, blah. Or you take the text and change it yourself. But really for these kind of things, I found it because I still want to use my brain every now and then. Like I write something and then I give it to the thing and say, hey, just make it better. Like it's taking care of punctuation and like style and so on. So that's really cool. So where you can use it, and like, hey, I have one very important person in my life and she didn't really use ChatGPT at all until I told her, yeah, but hey, try this out, it's really good, and then afterwards she like tried it out and she was using it all the time, like almost every email she was writing, she was just using ChatGPT. And I said, okay, like use it for the important ones, the important things, but like don't go there, because like actually typing this stuff in sometimes takes longer than making a short email, and you don't want to over-engineer the whole thing. You want to use it as a tool to make your life better and more productive, not to be more professional or how are these people called, perfectionists. You don't want to make it too perfect. By the way, one of the things what we are going to have to talk about is that the thing is not going to sound like ChatGPT, because a lot of people hate it when you write them really elaborate stuff and everybody knows it's just coming out of ChatGPT. You just said, do something and so on. So, for example, what I do is I like when right now we are doing job offers on LinkedIn, because our project is really big and we are like looking for hundreds, maybe thousands of people coming on board on this project. And the idea really is, right now we are using for LinkedIn, we use job offers. Yeah? So that's really simple. We just make a job offer on LinkedIn. And there we have like some structure. We say, hey, we are like this. This is our mission. This is what we want to do. This is like the job. Yeah, and it's usually like something, your role is, hey, you are like, let's say, a team assistant. You know, it's like you're a team assistant, you're helping with uploading stuff, you're with administrative purposes and so on. This is like what you're doing, yeah? Because you want to tell the person what they should be doing. You know, team assistant could mean all kinds of stuff. And then you want to have some qualification, like, hey, we want to have like good English, maybe another language. Maybe you should be knowing something about, maybe about some tools we use and so on. So you put this in the qualifications. And then there's usually like something like, why should be working? You can be working with what's your in it for you, stuff like this. So it's like, you know, some things repeat itself from job offer to job offer, but of course the job offers are different. So now I say I want to have a new job offer, yeah, like team assistant. And then even there's an AI inside of LinkedIn. So I use the stuff, what they give me, then I like look at what is already there. I just like slot it in the right places and delete the things I don't need or don't think that is necessary. And then when I have like drafted the whole thing and really fast, it takes only like 1 or 2 minutes to like put the stuff in there and think, oh yeah, of course I want to have that person be able to use, for example, Reddit. You know, that's like one of the things we use. So I write this in and then I take the whole text. Then I go to ChatGPT, yeah, and that might be even inside of here. Yeah, here, blah, blah, blah. Here. So, volunteer job post design, because it's like the thing is also like ChatGPT is also like having your recent kind of thing. So here, so how did I do this? I want to publish this job post on LinkedIn. So you have to tell them, because like if you do something like on a certain platform, it knows it's different. So give in the context. Then I want to publish. There's actually the one. This is like my prompt, and then it's like all this stuff. Here, voluntary agreement, social media content creator, German speaking. So I was looking for a German speaking content creator, and you know, it's organization, and that's all the stuff which I like really copy together and put my stuff in. And what I really want, for example, fluency in German, yeah, both written and spoken, yeah, experience in social media, and so on. And then you just hit enter. That's really it. You just had you drafted something yourself. You can have that thing drafted, but then like, hey, you are like taking more time usually to like put it in that everything is right, because it's doing his thing. You can try this out, but like if you already have like a good idea of what you want to produce, like how such a job offer looks like, I just put it in here. Okay, so this is like all the stuff I put in. There's all the text I put in. I just like copied the thing, yeah? Copied the job description I have on LinkedIn, wrote the line, I want to publish this job description on LinkedIn. And now all the context I usually have to give it is already in there. And you know, the thing is seeing already most of the things and knows, oh, LinkedIn, it's a platform, it's a job description, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to tell you some more stuff. And there's also like, it's written who we are and so on. So it's taking all the context from your text. That's like the job of the AI. It's taking the context and now it's like doing something like, okay, yeah, now comes the answer. So the only problem is that here with the links, it's not really working so well, but it's like, you just copy now the new text, because now you have the role. As our social media content creator, German speaking, you will develop and publish engaging posts across platforms, create visual content, graphics, shorts, monitor and engage with the community, comments, DMs, collaborate with the team to align. These are all true. And you have to check it. Don't just take anything from my eye and bluntly throw it somewhere. You have to check it. It makes mistakes. You know, for something like this, it's like really good. And it's like, because you are in a sort of generic, but already quite precise thing. So you always have to check it, what you get back, you know, but it's making it in a very nice form. You can just like copy the whole thing. And what we are looking for: fluent German, experience in social media, familiarity with platform, strong communication skills, a passion for environmental causes, prior volunteer. Why join us? Blah, blah, blah. Onboarding process. So we already have like stuff here. So I'm going to, because it didn't really change anything to the other parts. So I'm just like copying what I really need, like the parts about, hey, what we are looking for, the role and the introduction. I'm just like copying it and pasting it now in the areas which I had in LinkedIn. So it takes me now with ChatGPT to make really a good and nice job offer where we get lots of applications really fast. It takes 5 minutes with ChatGPT, where you maybe have been a recruiter and you were doing something for a company, and it might be, you could spend hours on something like this. With ChatGPT, you can do it in minutes. It's more like copy pasting, asking the right question, poof, off you go. That's the advantage of ChatGPT. Yeah, you can create things which are really professional, really fast, and you have the peace of mind that is really good. So one way of actually increasing your team is doing on LinkedIn job descriptions. Yeah, and then you have it's even for free on LinkedIn. You can have you make one and you have 25 applications for free. So you get 25 people who want to be coming on board with you, and they come on board and you just look up their profiles, and then you invite them on whatever you want, like your recruiting process actually is. But if you're just looking for one person, you have 25 applications. You get one of those? Okay, good. So that's one of the things, how you can use really ChatGPT to your advantage. So now, and by the way, here's you have a login for a purpose, because hey, it's learning also sort of with you, because what you're doing and what you're choosing and so on, what kind of things you're asking. That thing is learning and is building the Thomas kind of thing inside. It's quite scary, but hey, it's helping me. So now let's help the thing even more. Great. So you go there and you have a thing where you have your profile. Yeah. So. And now, Personalisierung. So, and there's something, personalization. So you want to personalize the thing. So, and there's lots and lots of stuff what you can do. And so, there's one area where it says more about you. So guess what you are going to put there? Write something about you. It's basically like a mini CV, and you have to be really precise with the words. You want to put in lots of stuff. What you were doing, I put in, hey, I knew from the beginning that I want to be an engineer, and I studied engineering, have a PhD in this, also did an MBA, worked for Airbus, and I'm a glider pilot, I really love flying, I developed aircraft, I was a project manager. So give the thing something, what you're doing. Yeah, or have been doing, what you want to achieve. Like my current project, we use CO2 now is in there, and hey, I want to do something against nuclear weapons. It's also in there, It's all in there. It's like the summary of my life. So that's the thing knows what is really me, because that's where the thing can be writing from. Okay, that's one very important thing. So you have this setting where you can have a text field, but the text field isn't really, really long. And don't use ChatGPT to write your thing. No, just really write it. Doesn't matter, because it's parsing this anyway. So you can be really short, I did this. You don't need to be having great style there. It's just put it rather short. So, and now, very important thing, because really, as I said, if you just use ChatGPT the first time, everybody knows you have to, if you just make 2 lines of text, most people can immediately spot that it's from ChatGPT. Yeah? And most people don't like it, especially if you go on a platform like Reddit and you are posting something big in big argumentation, and everybody knows you're using ChatGPT, they just don't like it. Yeah? So it's a no-go. So it's everybody's using it, yeah, but a lot of people still think you should be putting in your real text. So personalization, yeah. So And now you tell it what it should do. Yeah? Should use clear, simple language, for example. This is now something I'm experimenting with. So like, don't take it for granted. There's like lots and lots of people on the internet going to give you more and detailed things here, and it's just going to point out where to put this and what you want, So should use clear language, should be Spartan and informative, Should use an active voice, avoid passive voice, Should focus on practical, actionable insights. Should use bullet points in social media posts. Should use data and examples to support claims when possible. Should use conversation, blah, blah. Should avoid, Should avoid construction like not just this, but also this. They are certain things the AI likes, so you can tell them not to use this. Should avoid metaphors and cliches. Should avoid generalization. Should avoid common setup language in any sentence, including should avoid the negation, like X is an X. Should avoid using these blah, blah, blah. And then I should avoid adding icons. I hate the icons because it's like if you want to tell somebody that you're using ChatGPT, use the icons. Like it's covering this, like there's an icon, there's a flower, it's covering the thing with icons. It doesn't. So I told it, don't use icons, because like, especially for what we are doing, it would be using icons all the time. And everybody will see, okay, you are using ChatGPT, because hey, everybody knows that everybody's using it, and everybody's like making a hype out of it, and now people don't like it that you're using it anyway. So I'm even trying to experiment that I'm going to tell it make intentionally errors like pronunciation or use the wrong tense or something, and that's an experiment, just like that. If people see there are errors in there, like you have the wrong comma setting, or you have something like there's a wrong word, or it's written incorrectly, just make typos. You can tell the thing everything. I didn't try this out yet, so really, we have to test. And hey, like this video, comment to it if you tried out something, what you try out, and I want to learn. I'm not an expert in ChatGPT. I use it quite a lot. I like it. I'm not telling you that I'm the master expert for the thing. No, I'm consider myself a good user, and I'm room for improvement, So I have like this text here is from one of our one person's our project. She designed this whole should do and so on. That's from her, and I just took it. It really looked good, and we are working with it in expanding it. So this is one of the settings which is going to use it for you forever. So then there's also something, there's like you can make a project, and in this project, and I haven't done this again, it's something to test, so there reduce CO2, so there's a project, and now you can put something in there, and I think what you can put something in there, you can make some more detailed instructions, like you want to have it, like a certain style or something, like you can make certain templates. You can even make, like, if you are like speaking in a certain way, hey, I'm speaking like in a German way. So you can make the thing like, I can like take something like this video, I make it to text and I put it in there and say, this is a way I want you to be speaking. Yes. Well, and of course, there's like all kinds of possibilities. You want to give it a certain kind of template, how you want to address. It's not like generic, and we already have some stuff in here, so you see you can tweak it how the thing is actually doing its job. So now let's have a look where this thing is really helping us. What are we doing? So reduceco2now.com. We have a website, reduceco2now.com. So, and you can go to the website or you can check it out, and we have like 14 different languages, and we have like, I don't know, 50 different channels, social media channels on all kinds of networks in all kinds of languages. And we want to have something like about 100 or so languages, because we want to get to about 99% of the population of the world in their language. So we want to raise awareness of climate change and interact with people. We are developing solutions, but to communicate with the people around the world, we are raising such an social media kind of empire. And we are all volunteers. So we are like, time is of the essence. We don't pay out lots and lots of people to just like produce stuff every day. No, we have volunteers. We want to keep them engaged and so on. And we want to publish regularly on different languages, 14 languages so far, and growing, and over various platforms. So how do we do this? I thought in the beginning, it's like, hey, I need one person, one channel. So I need like, I have 14 different languages, and so I need have 50 channels. I need 50 people ongoingly every day doing some work. And we found out it's so hard, but here it comes. What we do right now is we make a morning meeting every morning, especially on weekdays. So we make the morning meeting, and the morning meeting goes like this, that we say, okay, we are going to pick the topic of the day. So for example, the day topic was like Paris Agreement. What is the Paris Agreement? It has something to do with climate change. Watch my video about that. But hey, so I can talk about the Paris Agreement, which I did. I have it in my mind. I can make a video and talk about the Paris Agreement for 2-3 minutes. No problem. I'm already in the subject matter. So this is what I do. I like after the meeting, like before this video, I just made the other video for my personal channels. That's what I do for my personal channels. So I have my channels, Thomas. So now we are going to do it as well for the whole project. And we are doing this to raise awareness for climate change. You might be having some sort of other project where you use social media, by the way, in all kinds of projects. Sales and marketing is one of the most important functions. So you want to play social media. You want to tell the world ongoingly, all the time, what you're doing. And not only on one channel. No, you want to use all kinds of stuff. You want to see channels. Go to reduceco2now.com, and there are all the channels listed. The first ones are in English. So now I tell you what we have done in the morning. So here is Paris Agreement. So, and I already prepared something, and it's like this. It's like I prepared the text. So this is my post. And I have this post in the notes, and the people, we have published it on Reddit, and the other participants have it as well. But I'm usually also there in the morning meeting, that I can do the thing. So there is a part of this post which is already prepared in advance. We are always using the same thing every day. So we are daily posting for reduceco2now.com in various languages on various social media platforms. Each day we have a topic of the day. Each post is accompanied by an image. Topic of the day is the Paris Agreement 2015. Okay. The image of today is a screenshot from that Paris Agreement showing the politicians. So today we just went for, sometimes we went to use a graph and so on, and then I would have to explain what else is there. But today we just went for, hey, we just took for the Paris Agreement 2015, we just took what they have on their website. So we marked the website unitednations.org where the photo is. So when we use something, we give the credit back again. So, okay. So the only thing I needed to do today is to write in, today the topic is the Paris Agreement 2015. That was the choice of the day. We decided, hey, let's talk about, we make something really simple today, just what is the Paris Agreement. It's an informative kind of post. Good. So, and then this the thing, you can make a post, just a text, which is boring. So you want to always have some sort of picture. And picture of persons is perfect because, hey, there's no text on it. If I have an English texted, it's better working in English than in other languages. So, but people are always good for all kinds of languages. So people are perfect. So, and that's what I have to do. I have to tell the thing what is in the image. Sometimes, if we are looking scientific data from Mauna Loa site or something like this, we just post we use the CO2 concentration and we take it from this link. So we put it in here that it's automatically adding it now in the post. So, and then it's going to tell it like this. So this is again the prefabricated prompt. It's already there. I do this once and we are adjusting it, but it's prefabricated. It's somewhere in my notes. I have this on my notes on the computer. So when I have to do this, I just go to the notes. It's called it's a node, daily videos. It's called daily videos, and there's like the prompt inside. And the only thing I have to do is I just like have these like 2 or 3 sentences of the post of the day I have to change every day. So, and then it's like doing like this. Please produce posts including relevant hashtags. Always include reduce CO2 now hashtag and reduce CO2 now.com for the platforms and languages. Always adjust to the audience of the platform and the culture of the language. You speak differently to a German than to people in Africa, or India, or So, one post for LinkedIn, our company main page in English. So that's like the LinkedIn post is an important one, and it's for LinkedIn. It's sort of professional, and we can give more context here. One post for Reddit in English, our main online community to share information. Make this post more detailed than the other languages. Describe what can be seen in the post. That has to be corrected. Yeah? One post for Facebook similar to Reddit. Okay? Posts for Facebook groups in informal Arabic, like in Egypt. That's the thing. We are using Arabic, and we had like an Arabic speaker because I just speak Alhamdulillah and Kef Alik and Shukran, but I can't really read Arabic. But that thing is now producing for me. You will see that I have done Arabic posts. How? And that person was saying, hey, that your Arabic, what you're producing is like really not so good. Make it like more like Egyptian Arabic. That's like the baseline for the Arabic world. And make it not formal but informal. And she said, okay, tell the thing informal and Egyptian Arabic. Okay, that's in here. So that was like feedback from the team. What you're producing is not so good. Do it like this. Simple conversational Bengali language. This again, I can't read Bengali. Sorry. But I can. That thing is producing now Bengali for me. Yeah? Deutsch, okay, I understand that. English, simple Espanol for Latin America, because we want to address all the Latin American world. This is much bigger than Spain itself, and we want to address like that kind of thing. Simple French for Africa, because like a lot of people in Africa, which are important for us, we address the whole world. Hausa, Hindi, Igbo, Italian, Kiswahili, Turkish, Brazilian Portuguese. There's Portuguese for Portugal and Portuguese in Brazil, and Brazil is bigger, and it's like a little bit simpler. Urdu. Okay. Posts for X in the same languages. If possible, include our slogan, we turn climate change around. Always include the name of the organization as a source. And I really have to adjust the prompt here a little bit, because that's how it is. What I want to say, always include the name of the organization and the link provided as well. Because we want to show where we got this image from. We don't want to say that we did this image. We want to always give credit to the people. Good. So, and then it was and then there's some text coming. It couldn't really go to the URL directly. A lot of stuff it already knows, but you already understand it. So, and then you get English, company main page, longer. Then Reddit, more explanation. Now Facebook, English, similar to Reddit, but shorter. So then I have Facebook groups, Arabic, Egyptian, it's short, Bengali, Deutsch, and so on. So, and then it's Twitter, it's even shorter. On Twitter. Twitter is Facebook is short, Twitter is even shorter. So, blah, blah, blah. So, and now the only thing somebody has to do, really, and we do this as a team, we are just asking, okay, who's uploading the X thing? Okay, that person is going to upload everything on X. That person is going to do Facebook groups. That person is going Facebook pages. I do the Reddit kind of thing, and so on. So, and then we distribute the thing. Otherwise, it's 1 hour or so, to publish now. You just copy that from there. And everybody can do it because, you took care that the text is already good. So I don't have to have a native speaker doing this anymore. Of course, I'm taking care of the German groups because I'm, German, and I'm most qualified in our team to do the German thing. So I'm uploading the German ones. Why? Hey, if there's something really weird, I can like correct it immediately. But like on all the other stuff, somebody can do it. So somebody today, we decided in the meeting, oh, somebody's doing all the X ones. So they just take bim, 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 bim. When you have set up your computer to do this and you like get used to this, it's like you do a post a minute faster than this. So you have like 50 posts, less than an hour. It's like easy, like copy and paste. Depends on your internet connection and how fast you are. Because we always have like an image. So we take the image, upload it, and like put the text there. So you get used to it, and you just, and that's not so boring. We're doing it together and distribute the work that not only one person has to do this. But do we have to be native speakers for all of this? No, but there's like a person inside in the morning, like speaking Hindi. Okay, they do the Hindi stuff. There's a person who speaks Bengali. They are doing the Bengali stuff. I can't read it, Hindi, not. Yeah. So they are going to do these things, and then we like other channels. If nobody's there from that language, we just post it, and we have people from that language on board who could say, "No, this post is total rubbish. Delete." Then we would delete it. Or they can just like take it and be moderator on the thing. But you see that like putting out social media content now in different languages becomes absolutely more simpler in this kind of thing. And we produce it with ChatGPT, we bring it out, and then we like have people to correct it. The better version, of course, is that like you have to it more personalized to the different languages. Like if there's a chart and there's like you make the chart, you can use an English chart if nothing else is available, or you can look for that's already more advanced. Or if you make a graphic on something, we can like change the graphic with all the text, to various languages as well. That's more advanced. Also, like when you make video, that's more advanced. Yeah. But like, hey, creating like social media posts to engage with the people, that something is happening on these channels every day. Really simple, really big help about the thing. And now I'm going to show you something which I didn't even know. And there's something, yeah. So you create a new post, yeah. And now, guess what? You can share this. There's a button here, yeah, that you can share this. I usually do it on the computer, so I know where the button is. But now, after I have like typed in the thing, I don't have to like copy the whole stuff to give it to. No, it's creating a link. Yeah, so I can create a link here to share it with the team. That's what we are doing. Like, the process in the morning is really like this. Hello, what are we going to talk about today? Short discussion about this. Then we decide and say, okay, today, Paris Agreement. Then type in Paris Agreement. And what is there? What kind of image are we going to choose? Okay, let's take this image. Okay, good. Boom, 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 boom. Put this in the prompt and then throw this in. And because I have like in the ChatGPT now the settings, I was doing it. Anybody of our team could do this. And it's producing the stuff. And then I just like click a link on the computer. I know where it is. And then I take this link and put it in the chat of the video thing, like we are using Google Meet. So I throw it in there. And now everybody can like click on their link and they have exactly the same stuff as me on their ChatGPT. Yeah, they just look it up. So they can just like take the text and they don't have to do it again. We just like work consistently, and we are even doing this on our Reddit platform that we like published it. Again, you see ChatGPT really cool to work with in a team. You have like you just want to develop like one prompt, one text, which you see, my text isn't perfect. There are still some things to tweak about. So I'm going to tweak it for the next meeting. And then you just put in what you're like doing, what is like the variable kind of thing. And then you take this whole thing and throw this in and tell ChatGPT, produce me 50 posts. And guess what? He's producing all kinds of posts. And then people can just like, you send this out, that everybody has it, and You don't have to send out all the text. No, you just send a link and everybody see, oh, that's like from the morning meeting. Good. And these are some ways you can use ChatGPT. Just to summarize it. Yeah? So, first of all, you can use, just go and start playing around with the thing. If you haven't used it, don't be scared. It's like really simple. You just put in anything, like if you would be asking Google, you have any question, put it in there. You have like any kind of text, anything you have to write or so, put it in there. My approach, which I tell people, is like the simplest one, like write what you want to have, put it in there, look what comes out. Yeah. And then also you want to, this is like one thing. So this is way how I do it, like prepare my wording and then give it all kinds of things. Oh, it's for a job description. It's for this platform. I want to speak in a certain voice. I speak to certain people because it's better. You could say, hey, I'm writing an email. I'm going to present to senior management. They are all from finance and I have to make me a structure for a presentation. That thing is doing all these kind of things for you. Or like I had to do like something like a management summary of something or a management proposal. Just like write the thing, all kind of context you have in your head, what the thing needs to know. Yeah, because then it becomes better. So the more information you give inside of such a prompt, the better. Good stuff in, better stuff out. Shit in, shit out is also like a saying. Sorry for the language. And then personalization. Go to like you have to, you really want to have like, I think you have to. It's really like you have a profile, go in there, there's like a personalization and there's like one part where you want to say something about yourself. So you want to give it lots and lots of information, want to be really dense there. Yeah? Tell it about yourself. Yeah? That thing is knowing what you're up to. Yeah? Let's do it like this. If you are pro-Trump or against Trump, you probably want to put it in there. Because if you're writing text and if that's like important, write in there. I don't have something in there. But like, if you're American or something, or, like you are like, whatever, you want to give it context so that it's going to write to the kind of stuff you are doing. Like if you're working on social projects, write about this, what kind of people you are interacting with, what are you ongoingly doing. So give it context for you. And you just have to do this once, and of course you can adjust it. And then there's like the section where you can give it detailed instructions, how to make it sound that you have the sound you want to have. Otherwise it's going to, if you just go to ChatGPT, don't install anything and just say, make me like an article about climate change. You will have a very generic blah blah, which everybody will see immediately. You weren't doing anything. Yeah, it's just coming up with very generic kind of blah blah stuff. And guess what? The thing is also like, and if you tell him to like give me 10 kind of sources, like in a scientific paper, it's even creating these kind of sources from scratch. It has been doing these kind of things in the past. So you want to check data and sources and so on. Don't rely that ChatGPT is doing it correctly. There can be all kinds of mistakes in there, and like at least read what it produced. And of course you can make adjustments. You don't have to take the text like this. If you don't like certain phrases, just kick them out, or you don't like it, make it your own by putting something of you inside. Have it do it. And then adjust it again. And you could even say, like, you take it, you make it like this, your input, you take it, then you edit it and say, hey, that's how I would like to have it. And you put it in again and just check it for errors or so. You can just that way it learns as well. See it as a person who is working with you. Like when I started to work in the year 2000 or so in Airbus, and I had a person there who was like a senior expert, and we had such a great relationship because, for example, I had to produce, we had to produce something like a document, let's say 2 pages, 2 pages document of anything. So how would we be doing this? I would be sitting, Usually like quite late, 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I would be sitting there in my office and just like taking a piece of paper or scribbling something about this, and then I was like writing this down in the computer, yeah, and make a document out of this. And then I would take this and send it to my colleague, who is usually at 6:30 in the morning, who was like in the job. And he was 6:30 in the morning, he was looking at what Thomas was producing. And then he was like, I don't know. And then he was exactly doing the job of ChatGPT for me 25 years ago. And that was absolutely perfect. He was like taking it, polishing it, using good tense, make the structure nice, change the sentences, all kinds of stuff that it really was. Sometimes I just really read it afterwards anymore, but because I just like trusted it is absolutely perfect. Yeah, and of course I read it. Yeah, but like it was like on Word you had like these red, it was like changes, these change markings. I could never read it with change markings because it was like the same kind of content, but like it was a different text right now. Just made really nice. Huh? So, and that was a highly qualified professional making a text really, really good. Yeah. And this is what ChatGPT can be doing. Like imagine you would be paying a person like 100 to 200 euros per hour to do something for you. You can have this now for free in minutes, not even minutes. The thing is doing this in like seconds. Like that you have to like put some stuff in, you get it out. That's the advantage of ChatGPT. If you want to produce all kinds of stuff. And a good way, again, is do a work first, what you want to have, send it in, look at it, and so on. And also like use a personalization, and then there's all the options to go for projects, and also like look it up what other kinds of tricks they are on ChatGPT. And please, 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 if you find really good hacks about ChatGPT, how you would increase the performance even more, comment to this video. We want to learn from this. Thank you very much for watching. Please follow the channel. We turn climate change around.